Alright, welcome back everybody. This is X-Wing RLJ with part 16 of my Subnautica walkthrough on the PS5. So we're going to start off with another radio message here.
Landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're going to last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
So this is a Lifepod that I normally would have picked up or visited when I was either on the way to or leaving the Aurora, but I didn't see it, so I didn't record it. I knew the recording would be coming up fairly soon, which it did soon after I went to the Aurora. So this is me going there. We'll be getting a new blueprint, and of course it furthers along the story. So you just head back to the Aurora. It's going to be off the the side of the Aurora, not right next to it, but in that general vicinity. Still don't have the exact coordinates because the coordinates were corrupted. So I'll just go and we'll look around. Now the water gets dark over here, so it gets harder to see. Your visibility really cuts down. So I'm bouncing up and kind of jumping above the water. This Lifepod is upside down, so you can see the flotation device that's on the bottom of ours. You'll see that floating on the top of the water. That's actually how I found it. I saw that and then turned towards it. But yeah, this is me going to it. Now after I visited the Lifepod, I hung around and I collected materials, primarily titanium and whatnot. But I edit that out. There's no need to make you watch me go do all that. So I will cut this section of the video off once I get back to the sea moth after showing you the Lifepod. And there it is. I saw that above. I saw the flotation device appear above water. Now if you want to find this on your own at the same time you visit the Aurora, this is right over the edge of the land. There's a canyon type thing there. Well, not a canyon, but a bluff edge, kind of like a cliff face if it were above water. This is the creature decoy, which is supposed to distract aggressive sea life. I haven't ever used it. There's only one time where I wish I had used it, but everything turned out okay anyway. So I'll get back in here and we'll edit out the search. And as you can see, though, we're 1,241 meters away from our static start point, so that's something that may help you find it. And it's right over the top of that bluff face, the underwater bluff face.
To any Altera crew. Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators in the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper. One specimen attempted to swallow the Lifepod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I have retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
So that Reaper he referred to is the one I showed you at the end of the Aurora video. We're about to build the Cyclops now. It's one of the 2 pieces of equipment that are absolutely essential for going to the deep waters. For those of you trophy hunters, you will also get a trophy for completing or for building the Cyclops. Additionally, in case I didn't mention it, fixing the nuclear reactor or engine housing or whatever it's called on the Aurora would have garnered another trophy for you in the last video. So I've got all the components except for an advanced wiring kit, so I just got to build it. Yeah, the materials here. Now you see a lot of times the radio light will be blinking and I just let it go. And the reason for that is as I'm showing you something, I don't want to progress the storyline beyond the point or too far advanced, too far ahead because it would be the storyline would then be controlling the actions that I need to do as opposed to me taking my time to show you guys this stuff. So don't need the sea moth. You can just swim up to the platform there where we built the sea moth from. We will be needing to build 2 more things from this platform. One of them being the prawn. But for now, let's just build the Cyclops. Still need some arrow gel and diamonds for the prawn.
New blueprint acquired. Be advised, the Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle solo.
And there it is, and that's when your trophy would pop. 3 people to run this thing, it says, standard. Wouldn't it be great if you could actually get with a couple other players and team up to operate this? But that isn't how it works. So I'll give you a quick tour. That's the entrance for swimming. This is the lower aft section. It's got some built-in storage there. This is the docking bay, where the sea moth and the prawn will be sitting if you dock them with the ship. This is the rear aft section, which I don't have any use for typically. This is the engine room. That's the engine. This is where you put upgrade modules. These are power cells. There's 6 of them that are built into the Cyclops, and as they run dead, you'll need to replace them with fully charged ones. This is the fabrication module for the Cyclops upgrade modules. Luckily, we find a couple that we don't have to actually build, but the rest of them you have to find the blueprints for before you can actually build them from there. That's the only place you can build the Cyclops modules from. You can upgrade them with the module upgrade station, but you have to build them there. That room, where we just were, where that hatch is the top of the docking station. Then they had an empty room there. This display shows you where any damage or power drain is coming from. Then you got the fire extinguisher on the wall there. The right button is exterior lights, which I almost always leave off, and then the other button is interior lights. Now, if you leave them on, they will drain your power cells, so I typically turn them off anytime I'm not on the ship. This here is another station where you can modify the look of your Cyclops, just like we did with the Sea Moth. So you can change the name, you can change the colors. Another thing to note about the lights, I have noticed that every time I save my game and then quit, that when I come back and come aboard the Cyclops the first time, it will have automatically turned my lights back on. So I have to make a habit of coming out to the Cyclops and turning off my lights every time I start the game back up. Otherwise, I will slowly kill my battery for no good reason. So this is the command station. That's your sonar. This is your viewing bubble. And you step forward and grab the steering column. This is what you'll see, the HUD. You always have to turn the engine on. Be sure you turn it off because it will also drain your battery, when you're not moving. You can rig for silent running, which makes you quiet but slow. And then you have access to 3 cameras mounted to the outside of the sub. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see there's a little icon, the little yellow arrow indicates the direction your camera is pointing in relation to the front and back of the sub. You will also do most of your piloting, if you're like me, from the view of these cameras. You can control the sub while you're looking through the cameras, which is good because otherwise your visibility is severely restricted. You have some serious trouble looking at how much land is, even though you got the little bubble that you're standing in front of, it's still hard. It's hard to look down, so you can't see what your clearance is below you. You obviously can't see where your tail is, the aft end of the sub, or the little wings, quote unquote wings, for lack of a better term, on the side of your sub, and you really need to be able to see those in order to avoid running into the walls and the caverns deeper down. I'm taking this down toward near my base. Again, you're going to do most of your piloting from while looking through these cameras. So a good idea. I mean, this is my 5th time playing the game. I'm good with the controls, but if this is your first time playing, you'll probably want to experiment with it a little. Drive around the biome, drive into the next biome, whatever, and try to get a feel for the controls. It is slow, it is sluggish, and when you stop, it doesn't just stop, it kind of drifts. A little red beeping, it says you're you're close to land or land mass or something, like you're going to hit it or whatever. And you can see we were still sinking there. I just to raise this back up a little bit, and now the engine stopped, and you can see that we are still rising just a little bit. So it takes a few moments for it to actually come to full and complete stop. Now, when we go down to the deeper waters, we will lose a lot of the abundant accessibility to a lot of the materials that you find up here in the surface areas. So you probably, like if you're like me, you want to make sure that you take plenty of those materials with you. So this 4 section, lower deck 4 section, I will cover both walls with lockers. I'll build 2 of them here for you and show you how they work and everything. And before the end of this video, and but the next time you see the inside of this sub, this room here will be lined with 2 rows of lockers on each side. And if you place them right, you still have access to the built-in lockers that are built into the sub already. But you can't change the label on those. Like this here, the word locker, you can change that to whatever you want. There is a character limit, of course, but you can change what it says. So if I'm going to put lead in the locker, I label it lead. That way I know what's in it. And I will have more than half of the lockers completely filled, or very close to completely filled, before I head deeper down. Before I take it on the first leg of the deep dive. Because once you go down, it's gonna feel like we're down there for a long time. There's really not a whole lot to do. We have to visit 3 locations in the depths, but getting to them and getting prepared for them, there's a couple of places you'll need to stop along the way to gather certain materials and whatnot. But it'll feel a lot like it's a lot longer than it is. But you'll see when we get there. But this the vehicle modification station, or rather the modification station that's right there on the floor to the left there. I will also disassemble that in here and reassemble it on the sub. You will need that in order to upgrade the Prawn and Cyclops modules that you're going to take with you to the depths. You absolutely need it unless you want to come all the way back up. And let me tell you, with this sub, that is it's not too difficult, but it takes a long time. It's a complete waste of time to go to the depths and back multiple times with this sub. First time I played through, I did that, and I'm glad I found a way to avoid that the next time. So I'll get the first 2 lockers here done. So I changed the name to lead and loaded all the lead in that first one. This one here will be diamonds. So I'll change the name to diamonds. And that's going to be it for this video. You've now seen the Cyclops. I'm excited to get to use it, but we still got some more stuff to do before it becomes useful. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.